We are alive, live and alive, I hope. I'm going to do our traditional checks. I'm going to try to do it on the actual YouTube so I can actually see chat. For some reason, sometimes I can see chat, sometimes I can't. Not sure. I'm not really sure why. But it is what it is. It is what it is, and that's all it is going to be. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week this week. My week has been okay, not bad. Actually, it's been good. I can't even say I literally have zero complaints. So hope the same goes for you guys. Actually, let me mute that just for a second. So today's episode, I did have and do have plans to still do our model kits and demoing those once I find one that I'm actually going to be pleased with and one that I'm actually going to find challenging. I kind of can't wait for that. Still looking, still searching for the right one. Thought I had it, but thought maybe also that it's probably not the best idea to do another Star Wars installment, even though that's what I really want to do. But I'm not sure how challenging that one's actually going to be. Let's see what we look like here. I'm going to try to find. Okay, there's sound. We have sound that I'm immediately turning down. Very good. Very good. So today's episode is going to be kind of not necessarily different from anything that we've done recently, because it's the holidays and because there was a somewhat recent release of a new Silent Hill game, which I hear is extremely killer, no pun intended. I wanted to do a little bit of a review on the playable teaser that came out in 2014. Now, second, cheers, by the way. Enjoy. In the year 2014, on a personal note, I had just become a mother of two, so I was extremely busy. I hung up my video game controller for years and years. Didn't even realize that that game had come out until recently, until I think 2 or 3 years ago. My best friend said, "Hey, have you heard of this?" And I was like, "No, I have not." So he played a playthrough for me, and I was absolutely terrified and fascinated all at the same time. If you have not played the playable teaser, no big deal. I know plenty of people who haven't played it, but we're just as fascinated, just the same. So yeah, PT came out in August 12th of 2014, specifically an interactive teaser for a video game that was going to be called Silent Hills. Now that video game never came out, and there's controversy behind that. The whole story is actually pretty tragic, to be honest. But it was supposed to be a psychological horror game developed by Kojima Productions. And it was going to be developed under a pseudonym, which I didn't know, which I thought was kind of cool, called 7780s Studio. Absolutely just made up non-existent studio, which is kind of creepy in its own way. It was published by Konami, Konami Digital Entertainment, who made one of my favorite video games of all time, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, for the Sega Genesis. The playable teaser, I suppose, because it was never really developed into a game, but it was directed and designed by Hideo Kojima. And then I think he was going to collaborate with Guillermo del Toro, one of the best filmmakers of our times, especially. I wrote down some of the things they worked on. Kojima is best known for his Metal Gear series and Death Stranding. The only two things that he's done plenty, but those are the only two things that I was actually familiar with that he has done. And then Guillermo del Toro, good Lord, Devil's Backbone, Pan's Labyrinth, the Hellboy movies, some of my favorite movies ever. Pacific Rim, another one of my favorites, and my absolute favorite movie that he's ever done, The Orphanage, or El Orfanato. I think that's how you say it in Spanish. The entire movie's in Spanish. Such a good movie. So we will eventually get to the controversies of the game. I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the gameplay. It is a first-person POV game, and it leaves you no choice but to be that. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and go with the first clip. I actually have 4 clips to show you guys. Some of them are a little bit long in the tooth. Like I didn't really go over 2 minutes, but you know, I think that's still pretty long if you ask me. So, yay, shout out Tony. Hi. It's good to see you. Shout out anybody else who's here. And if you're here on Twitch, please by all means let me know. I want to know if Twitch is really as dead as they say it is, cuz maybe I can pull the chat up. Hold on. Can I? Without fucking shit up? Oh, I can. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay. So now I don't have to look at my phone to see you guys. So that's great. Okay, so let's get started on the very first clip that I wanted to show you guys. It's the very, very beginning of this game. Starts with a cryptic message, and then it goes from there. Now, the playthrough is an interesting one because you're not necessarily playing an entire game. You're not necessarily playing like you're not moving on to different levels, different missions, etc., etc. It is just a teaser trailer. But what you are doing is doing a playthrough of the same exact hallway, the same exact rooms over and over and over again. And little by little, the rooms change. There's subtlety here and there. You hear noises that you didn't hear before. You get information that you didn't get before. And it's up to you to figure out the puzzle to get yourself out of the situation. Brilliantly done. Let's go with clip number 1. Move this over. Oh, I gotta press play. I'm like, what's going on? Did I press play? There you go. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Sorry.
Took place while the family was gathered at home on a Sunday afternoon. The day of the crime, the father went to the trunk of his car, retrieved the rifle, and shot his wife as she was cleaning up the kitchen after lunch. When his 10-year-old son came to investigate the commotion, the father shot him too. His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game. The girl was found shot once in the chest from point-blank range. The mother, who he shot in the stomach, was pregnant at the time. Police arriving on scene after neighbors called 911 found the father in his car listening to the radio. Several days before the murders, neighbors say they heard the father repeating a sequence of numbers in a loud voice. They said it was like he was chanting some strange spell. There was another family shot to death in the same state last month, and in December last year, a man used a rifle and meat cleaver to murder his entire family. In each case, the perpetrators were fathers. State police say this string of domestic homicides appears unrelated, though it could be part of a larger trend such as employment, child care, and other social issues facing the average family.
Okay, so pretty intense, right? I mean, hold on. Let me go back to here. There we go. Almost lost my notes. I need those. I don't need this one. I need this one. So I don't specifically remember why they decided to go the route of fathers who kill. It's pretty freaking dark. There are gonna hide this for a second. There are parts of this game that there's a lot of parts of this game that are absolutely unexplainable, and then there's a lot that are like not just unexplainable but just absolutely gross. There is a portion you will see it in the background of one of these. I didn't specifically clip it because it's just ugh, it's gross, but there is an unalived, unborn child that you eventually discover in the sink. You start to find out these little tidbits about the family that used to live there, or at least you assume it's about the family that used to live there. And you start to realize little by little that not everything was cracked up to what you thought it was. You know, not everything is what it seems to be for an alive suburban family. It turns out that in these situations where the fathers are murdering their families, they lose their jobs, something tragic happens, and they just can't handle the pressure of those things. It's very interesting. Actually, very interesting concept, to be honest, and pretty heavy for a not heavy for a Silent Hill game necessarily. Silent Hill is pretty dark in itself, just heavy in general for a horror game. Um, so yeah, it changes very subtly, mostly at first, but then by the end, there's a chaotic and a terrifying way where you're constantly trying to escape these entities while also simultaneously trying to solve the puzzles. Um, there's another entity that's in this game, and her name is Lisa, and you do encounter her a few times. She's to me not the main reason that this game is terrifying, but she is terrifying to watch, especially because she does jump scares. She's like, ah, there all of a sudden there she is. You do get warnings when she shows up, like you hear breathing, or you hear like a gasping, or you hear like this moan coming just out of nowhere in the hallways. And so these are your warning signs that she's close, and you have to try to get out of that hallway before she gets you and you die. And either way, you start over. So even if you die, I guess you start over. So not really sure how you die in this game, because if it's Silent Hill, essentially you're dead anyway, right? So yeah, there's that. Um there is no actual explanation as to who Lisa is in the game. She's I don't know, I don't remember if she's actually a ghost that used to live there. I don't know if she's the wife of the man who was murdered, but I want to say she's not. I want to say she's the reason why the husbands go nuts. I'm assuming she's the reason why they become these persons. And there is a logic to the numbers. I don't know if you guys heard in the video that he said that they found the guy kind of going crazy chanting numbers almost like it was a spell. So there is something to that. You actually end up finding out. Hello, Joe. You actually end up finding out why what numbers they are and why he does chant the numbers. um if you guys want to go watch the playthroughs, I highly recommend it. It's a super fun watch. But yeah, so I'm gonna go. What do I want to do next? I'll talk about the cancellation after. I actually kind of want to show you guys Lisa, so let me find that clip. Hold on. Talks amongst yourselves. Oh, the next clip I wanted to actually show you guys was actual, like, the creepy, subtle things that this game actually does. Um, let me move this over here. Show stream. Yeah, this is another longer clip. The other two aren't as long. But yeah, and this one, it shows you the subtlety of the gameplay and how things change out of nowhere. Sorry. As you guys can see, he's just walking through the same hallway over and over. And every single time he does, it changes.
After killing his family, the father hung himself with a garden hose they had in the garage.
Same hallway. Different sounds. There's the child in the scene. I am assuming that is a refrigerator with a body in it. Okay, so if you guys notice, it's all the letters started to disappear from the word hello. There we go. All the letters started to disappear from the word hello. I did not I did not capture the end of that clip, but kind of on purpose, because at the end of that clip, it's not that big of a deal, but the letters HELL disappear, but the letter O and the exclamation mark stay there next to the phone. If you go further down the hallway, right as you exit down the door back into the loop, there is somebody that wrote in pen, "This way to hell." And it's the same exact hell from that hello. So somebody moved it from that corner wall and move all those letters to a wall that's only 15 feet away. Super creepy. Super creepy. Did you see the wall? It said, "Hello, Joe." Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen or heard of this before this? Have you seen the gameplay? Have you heard of it when it first came out? Talk to me. Talk to me, fellas. Honestly, Resident Evil Village did get some ideas from this trailer. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. They were determined to make something of this. They were determined. Honestly, and the next thing I'm going to show you is going to be a clip of Lisa. And Lisa actually, she's the first granny. I don't know if you guys heard of the mobile video game Granny, and we'll get a little bit deeper into that subject as well. But Granny was a very terrifying video game. I mean, it scared the shit out of me, and I think it was for kids. My sons are the ones that actually introduced Granny to me. And from Granny came Five Nights at Freddy's and all the other super creepy video games that came out. And again, it's the same exact premise. You're in a house and you have to try your best to run away from something or somebody who's ready to kill you and attack you. Um, Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff what they did with the mobile games. But I digress on that ending, because mobile games are actually the reason why this game actually didn't come out. So there's that. I do want to show you guys Lisa. I don't know if I want to show you first or if I want to like give you some information about her. Um, so it is known. Honestly, the idea they got from the trailer is the scariest part of the game. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, now I don't know too much about Silent Hill Village except for what I've already seen. As far as like reels are concerned and things like that, the game looks freaking phenomenal. It looks phenomenal for sure. But oh well, I'll show you how hot she actually is, though. But here's the thing. So what makes this game so brilliant and also not brilliant is, stop trying to fly away. I have my fan on and my freaking notes are trying to fly away. Stop it. Knock it off. Um, there's parts in this game you won't be able to figure out unless you adjust the brightness on your TV. Like you literally have to go in your television settings, turn the brightness up or turn the brightness down to find certain clues. Nowhere in the trailer does it tell you that. Nowhere in the gameplay does it tell you that. You only learn that by people actually like doing trial and error and figuring out ways to figure things out. Because there are parts in this game that are pitch black. Nothing's on screen with the exception of noises. And, you just hear things coming from different directions. But the screen is absolutely black. Doesn't have to be, though. If you adjust your brightness on your television, there are things that appear. But how the hell are you supposed to know that without already knowing that? Fucking brilliant. If you ask me, that's pretty brilliant. Oh, what I was about to say about Lisa. Another thing that people have discovered while playing and replaying this game many, many times is Lisa doesn't just show up randomly. She just doesn't show up out of nowhere and then, jump scare. She's with you the entire time. There are certain camera angles. Again, you have to adjust the brightness for a lot of this information, but she's right behind you the entire game. The entire time you're trying to solve puzzles, she's right there with you. Creepy as shit. It's the creepiest thing ever. Um, she's right there with you. This is why sometimes when you walk down a hallway, you hear certain things. You do hear her breathing behind you. That's how you know she's close. That's how you know she's going to attack. But there are moments when you turn a corner and you're not the only one turning that corner. There are other shadows that are with you. They're either with on the side of you. Sometimes they're in front of you. Most of the time they're behind you though, which is why you can't really see that she's there. It's just so good. It's so good. It's so good. I wish it had turned into a video game. Now, if they had made this game today, 2025, 2025, clingy much? Yeah, she's one of those. Yeah. Please don't leave. Yeah. Hey, we've all been there, fella. Relax. Okay, so she you made me lose my train of thought. Thanks a lot, guy. But that's what that's what I love and hate about this game is that there's a lot of things that are subtle. The thing is, subtlety is my bag. I love subtle scares. I love like House on Haunted Hill and The Haunting and things like that. They get me so they get me so good because not so much House on Haunted Hill. That was really more jump scary. Which one am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the TV show. I think it's called House on Haunted Hill or House on the Hill or something like that. Um, but yeah, there's shadows. There's all kinds of shit that's happening around you, but you're focused on this one terrifying thing, not even realizing all these other terrifying things are happening around you. So good. So let's introduce you guys to Lisa. Give me 1 second. I'm going to figure out a better way to navigate this thing because I have to continuously maximize and minimize my screen. Show on screen. How you guys liking it so far? Hope you guys are liking it. I like it a lot. Okay, shh, Lisa. I know, right? Super short. It's because I couldn't get long ones of her because she doesn't show up for a very long time. She shows up and then she disappears. She shows up just enough for you to know that she's there, and that's literally it. Then she disappears. But she shows up several times. And the more she shows up, the more you know you're on the right track. So I mean, like every video game, the more you're every video game, if you run into bad guys, you know you're going the right way, right? It's literally it's textbook formula. It's how it's supposed to be. um yeah, it's very good. It's very good. I truly wish it had come out. Now, like I was saying, if it had come out today in 2025, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked because we already have other video games that are similar to it. There are parts where Lisa's like doing the jumpy, glitchy thing, and it's like it's so cringe now because we've seen that with Granny and all these other video games that these kids are making. Kids are making their own video games. Have you guys seen the reels of? Well, I constantly watch them because one of my sons is absolutely obsessed with them. Backrooms. The Backrooms have a bunch of memes and reels of a Michael Jackson head chasing you or the ring girl chasing you, and you just walking down this hallway and all you it's first person. So if the camera turns towards you, you don't see you, but you just see what's behind you. So this concept, in my opinion, was pioneered probably by this video game, um, or uh, or close enough to it. Now, here's the thing about the video game industry that is absolutely amazing. It's constantly revolutionizing itself. Video games have only been around, let's say at the longest, at the most, 50 years. That's nothing for the advancements that it has taken. And the best part about it is from the very first video games that have ever come out, like Atari and Galaga and all those, and Pong, was it Pong was one of the first video games? Those are still just as playable as the ones that we play today, in different ways, of course. If you play Pong, it's because you just want to zone out. If you play Tetris, it's because you kind of want to zone out. But if you want to strategize, you can start playing God of War. You can play Kingdom Hearts. You can play puzzle games like this one that have cryptic messages that also want to scare the shit out of you. Um, you can play racing games. Like, again, the video game industry has over and over and over revolutionized itself so many times. You're like, dude, how can they top this? It can't get better than this. How is it going to get better than this? PS1, we were blown away by the graphics of the PS1. Remember pointy boobs, Tomb Raider, and we were just like, oh my god, it looks so real. And and so the advancements that it has now, it's almost, especially with AI, I'm very interested to see what video games are doing and what they will be doing with AI in the future. Because as it is, AI is really hard to tell now. Just in the blink of an eye, it seems to have changed the game, and content creating, like in general. It's hard to tell what's real and what's not. And I think it's going to continue that way. There are certain video games, Metal Gear, shout out to Hideo Kojima. Metal Gear is one of the very first games that I saw where like one of the later ones was like, oh shit, that looks real. That almost looks real. Look at his wrinkles. Look at his cigarette. Look at the way he's taking a puff. Look at, yeah, everything. Everything was so like detailed and graphic, and the rain in certain video games, especially Silent Hill games. Like, dude, like how the fuck are they doing this shit? So very fascinating. Um, so the cancellation. This is how it was canceled, and the um the aftermath of the cancellation of this game and the removal of the trailer. Phenomenal stuff. Tony says, getting Tomb Raider close to a wall just to get a closer look of those triangle boobs. Wow. 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 But I believe it. I believe it. How old were we when that came out? I don't know. 11, 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there. I kind of believe it. Everybody loves the triangle boobs. Everybody loves the pointy boob. I get it. That's funny. So, following the news of the cancellation of Silent Hills, it was announced that PT would be removed from the PlayStation Network. April 29th, 2015 is when it was removed. So, not even a year. It came out in August of 2014. It was removed April of 2015. So the reason why it was removed and canceled was because the company that was going to fund it wanted to restructure its priorities. So there was a major fallout with the creator, and with the company that was gonna fund it. I think it was, what did I say it was, Kojima. They wanted to go a different route. They actually wanted to um, focus their restructuring on mobile games. Mobile video games is pretty much where it's at today. Again, I think that this game was an absolute personal inspiration for them to make Granny and all the other games that I just mentioned previously. So with that, I'm kind of okay with the integrity being there, I guess, and him not wanting it to be a mobile game. I'm actually very okay with it, because I don't I I don't make video games. I'm not a video game designer, but I can understand why somebody would make that a priority. Um, especially now, especially knowing that it kind of is the number one in video gameplay is mobile games. So it's unfortunate that fallout did happen. The development of mobile video games has come a long way since 2014. It's what, 11 years, 11 years ago. Far. I mean, we're just eons from what this game actually was back then. Um, as far as remakes and stuff like that, PT, it would be removed from the PlayStation Network April 29, 2015. I already said that. By May of 2015, it was completely erased and no longer reloadable. Absolutely. I'm not sure why they did that, but they completely said, if you're not going to work on this project, I don't want any part of this project getting anywhere. And maybe the reason why they did it is to develop other games. I'm going to play the ending right now. So maybe this is the reason why why they decided to develop the games that they did. You said Silent Hill, Silent Hill Village has a bunch of like aspects of this game. I believe it. The Silent Hill universe in general has so many aspects of this game. You fall asleep in a sense and you wake up in this entirely different world. So um, after the cancellation, PS4 consoles with PT installed were listed on eBay for over $1,000. So if you have a PS4 and you have this game on your PS4, your console is worth major buku bucks. But eBay later pulled the auctions down. So turns out you can't even sell it. It's just yours for the keeping forever. You can't even sell it on a global market. Remakes. Several people tried to remake the game, also shut down. In July of 2018, a 17-year-old actually remade the game, made it downloadable. That was shut down, obviously, for legal reasons. In January 2019, somebody else tried to do the same thing. They actually tried to make a VR version. It was pulled the same month that it was released. So yeah. So I mean, this game has been quoted to be said like this is one of the best things that's ever happened to horror video games. And by golly, it's the truth. So let me play the very last clip for you guys so that you can see the ending and how it ends. And the ending is actually the beginning. So brilliant. Oh, wait, I'm not sure I shared it. Hold on. I'm like watching it by myself. Hold on. I haven't shared it. Did I share it? Nope. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I just got really excited to play it. So, all right.
Dad was such a drag. Every day he'd eat the same kind of food, dress the same, sit in front of the same kind of games. Yeah, he was just that kind of guy. But then one day he goes and kills us all. He couldn't even be original about the way he did it. I'm not complaining. I was dying of boredom anyway. But guess what? I will be coming back, and I'm bringing my new toys with me.
Oh my God, it's Daryl Dixon. So good. Oh my God. So good. It's so fucking good. Let me hide that. So if I spoil the ending for anybody who didn't want to see it, my bad, but you had 11 years to check it out. So there's that. Ooh, Moist Copper says cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. Thank you, Moist Copper. I love getting those. It tells me that Twitch is actually doing things. It's actually showing people my stuff and it's showing me people's other stuff or showing me other things. So I'm cool with the ads. I like it. It tells me makes me feel like a official streamer. You know what I mean? So that was that. So as you guys noticed, Norman Reedus as was supposed to be in the game. I think he ended up doing other games. Um, Resident Evil Village. Oh yeah. Oh okay. No. What? Did I say Resident Evil Village or is that what it is? You know what I mean? Nick, Allah, how are you? It's good to see you. So, dude, that was that was basically all I kind of wanted to share with you guys. Like Norman Reedus in 2014 was actually a big deal. So to have him in the game would have been a big deal. Not so much now. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. If this game was able to come about in 2025, it wouldn't have worked. So the timing of when they were trying to release such a brilliant project would have worked just fine. That being said, on the other side of that coin, the games that did develop afterward, like I said, all the mobile games, the Grannies and the Five Nights at Freddy's and whatever else they have, even Geodash. Geodash isn't necessarily a horror game. It's not a horror game at all. But all these mobile games that have there's simplicity in every single one of them, but at the same time, there's a complicated formula to all of them. And I think this game, had it been developed, would have been a pioneer in all of it. And maybe it was already. Maybe it was definitely a pioneer in all of these projects. So the ending of that, I personally, here's what I'm thinking. That's how the game starts. If they were to develop Silent Hills, that's how the game would have started. It gave you the playable teaser, but I think the playable teaser was just the very, very beginning of the game, and then it goes into the actual game. So the first thing you have to do is escape this brownstone apartment, and then your journey begins into the Silent Hills. So, like I said, very brilliant. I thought I hope that the developers don't have regrets about not letting bygones be bygones and not letting somebody else buy it in order for it to be developed. No idea. All I know is they wanted it scrubbed from the earth. They wanted it completely erased for whatever reason. They didn't want it to develop at all. They shut down private developers. They just did not want this game around, almost like it was a bad dream to them, or an embarrassing project, or somewhat of an embarrassment. Like, how dare you not work with us? How dare you choose to do mobile video games before working with us? Who knows? Who knows? There's not much. It's very hush hush. The exact like details of it. All that we know is that there was a falling out, which is why this project never developed. Now we have other Silent Hill games. Today we have the Silent Hill movies. Today, so it's not like the project of Silent Hill, that franchise didn't continue to move on with what it is today. It's just that this particular project didn't do anything. And I think there's other video games, I can't tell you specifically any, but I think there are other games that actually try to take this formula and allow people a teaser into other worlds, to give them an idea of what their video games are. And I'm not just talking about at E3 and other video game cons like that. I'm talking like actual, hey, download this for free, let me know what you guys think type thing, which is exactly what this was. It was, let me know what you guys think, and if you guys like it, let us know, and blah blah blah. 1 million people downloaded this game in 2014. Again, in less than a year, from August 2014 to April 2015, 1 million downloads. Over probably 1 million downloads. That is absolutely insane. That is just absolutely unheard of, especially for that time. So anyway, that's all I really have to say about this project. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys have anything to add, go for it in the chat. I'll stay here for a couple more minutes and sip on my water. I really hope you guys liked it. I thought it was fun. I really do think it's a brilliant concept. I wish it was something that was developed into something more. But then again, in 2014, I wasn't necessarily into. Again, I had hung my video game hat for a while, so I can do motherhood shit. So now I'm back to my hood rat shit. I'm ready to play some video games, and the most brilliant ones aren't available. So boo-hoo, it is what it is. Tony says the people that were going to fund the game couldn't pass the trailer gameplay, and they just rage quit and changed their mind. I mean, almost in a way, yeah. That's kind of what they did. Yes. I mean, to put it in 2025 terms, that's kind of what they did. But then again, I see why. If you're going to put that much effort into a video game that you know is going to be top notch, because obviously, as we see through the trailer and the clips that we watched together, it would have been a very fucking amazing game. So for somebody to want to develop something like that and then have the person that's going to fund it say, you know what, not right now, or you know what, we're going to focus on this, and you know, you could do you, but we're going to focus over here. Like we're going to boost this. We're going to want this to you know, to gain some recognition for a little while. I don't know how I would feel about that if it was me working hard on such a project. So there's that. Okay, well, I'm done. If you guys liked it, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video, that would help. Leave a comment. I know there are certain things about production that could get a little bit better. We're getting there, I promise you. Either way, if you like the content is king. So if you do like the content, please let me know with a little thumbs up. That's free to do. Subscribe, also free to do. All you need to do is create yourself a YouTube account. I will see you guys next Thursday, and you can follow me on Instagram, which is down there, to find out what we're going to be doing next. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.